Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to bring Move Fast back again for another month. I ran it last year, and this is the year where we are, all of the energy right now that we're experiencing since we've crossed into Lunar New Year officially is the Fire Horse frequency, the Fire Horse energy, which is all about power and momentum and movement and velocity, right? And being able to step into this era that's already supported, like the energy is already supporting our ability to move fast, make quick decisions, and not just like us moving quickly, but things moving quickly to us as well. That's what I want to talk about today is your desires, the desires you have for your life and for what you want to create. It desires you as well. Your desires, the desires that you have for yourself are the same as God's desires for you. And why this is so important for us to keep in mind as we're going into Move Fast, and we're going into this Move Fast program that I'm bringing back from last year, which, by the way, we're starting next week. So if you haven't jumped in already, there's a link in my bio. You can DM me the word fast and I will get you the link. But what I'm really teaching across this 3-week period of the Move Fast program is your desires desire you. God wants these desires for you. These desires are trying to find their way to you. They're like looking for you. They're wanting to get to you just as much as you're wanting to get to them. And the only way that we really create resistance between it is when we're telling ourselves that we aren't worthy, that we don't deserve it, that we need to do more to earn it. I know especially for my women of color, us as daughters of immigrants, we feel that we need to do more in order to earn it. And that it couldn't possibly be this easy for us to just receive the thing out of the blue, right? Like it just couldn't possibly be that flowy and that easy for us to receive it, because how could it? Our entire lives have been about earning the good grades. And if we get the good grade, then we'll get the reward, and then we feel worthy, and then we get loved, and we have the A+ on our test that's like pinned to the fridge. And we experience this level of like, I am worthy and I'm loved and I'm a good person and I get to have these things when I achieve them. And in order to achieve them, it must be through suffering and hard work and sacrifice, because that's what we've only ever seen our parents do. We've only ever seen examples of our parents working extremely hard, really long days, feeling really exhausted, right? And then they're complaining about money. They might be arguing about money. And as a young child, our brain is making this mean, oh, more money must be bad, right? Or money must be really hard to come by, but it's really easy to spend. I know that was a big one for me. Or that money must come through like, well, you work this job and you get this money to pay the bills, but you don't actually like it. Like you just do it because you have to. You do it because you have to pay the bills. You don't do it because you love it. Like loving what you do is a fantasy. So you find something that you're good at, you do it, you get it to make money and you get it to pay the bills, but you don't want too much because you don't want to be greedy. You don't want to be overdoing it, right? And then we have all these subconscious beliefs about people who have money, rich people, it being tied to greed. And then we have all of these subconscious beliefs, these like hooks, as I see it, as like, well, I can only have that. I won't even let myself like release it or let myself have more until I feel like I've earned it. And in order to earn it, it has to come through sacrifice and suffering and extremely hard work. So we have all of these kind of ties to how we believe money must be made, the ways in which we need to receive money, what we have to do in order to even let ourselves receive money. It's not even that like we're not open to it. We won't even let ourselves sometimes be open to a client coming out of the blue paying in full. Like that isn't even a possibility in our mind, right? I want us this month. It's Move Fast month in my world because I'm teaching Move Fast. We're doing a money challenge in the mastermind. Inside the chamber membership, everyone gets access to Move Fast, and we have trainings, teachings, coaching that are really focused on this philosophy. So inside this month of March, we're moving fast. And that's the theme. That's what we're here to do. This is what we're here to create inside this month, right? I'm gonna drop this in the comment as well. Move Fast program. And the Move Fast program really is the art of making money, of like influencing money and clients to move fast into your world. And really, this is a bit of a paradox. This is a bit of it's kind of like, it's almost ironic in a way, because we're talking about moving fast, but we're not doing it in the way you think. It's not through hustling and working harder and adding more things to your plate and taking more action. It's really about letting it come through and releasing anything that's standing in the way, because you're already worthy. You're already deserving. You're already a match, right? And you just get to calibrate yourself to be a match more and more and more. And that doesn't mean that you're not taking more action. It just means the action that you are taking is extremely intentional and discerning, because we need both, right? We need that feminine. We also desire and need to have the masculine. We need to have the systems and the structures, the pathways, the sales sequences in order for people to come into our world, to be able to pay us, to be able to know what we're offering and how we can serve that, right? And then there's also the belief, the fuel, right? I see it as like the feminine is the belief that you have in which clients are going to show up. It's this faith that even though I might not see someone who has told me that they're going to sign up, someone can sign up today, right? Because oftentimes, especially in my world and for my clients, it's like, it's the lurkers, it's the people who don't say anything, they don't like and they don't comment, but they just pop out of the blue and they're like, I'm ready to work with you. So do you have that faith and belief in knowing, right? Can you be in that relaxed receptivity in your life where it isn't just like action after action after action after action, no breaks, where you can really let yourself relax into it and step into that frequency, that feeling of what it's going to be like when that client pays in full, when that launch ends up being multi-5 figures, when you get to the end of this year, December 2026, and you've made multi-6 figures this year, right? Like these are the feelings that we get to be in, and that is the feminine energetics. Like this is what we get to call in just because we get to have it, and just because we get to have it, it gets to be ours. We don't have to be more deserving. We don't have to be further down the line in our business in order to receive it. We get to just let ourselves receive it now. And that is such an important lesson. It's such an important philosophy, because there's already this belief, especially for us that have been taught to work really hard, and that hard work needs to come through, or like our reward, our desires come through hard work, money comes through hard work. And so in order for us to create it, we have to find ways to make it harder. And that is really what I've seen as a pattern for my women in my spaces before they come and work with me, right? It's like they've made things really hard, and they've made things unnecessarily hard in order for them to feel like they can deserve receiving more money, moving up a level, expanding, growing. Like they've made it harder than it needs to be because of these, what I see as like energetic hooks, right? We have these hooks that are tied to more suffering, more sacrifice, feeling like there needs to be more we need to do in order to allow ourselves to receive. And it just isn't true. Hard work does not equal more money. It doesn't, right? What we've been taught is the employee mindset of I have to do more in order to earn. And this very like corporatism workforce culture where I have to put in all of these hours. And when I put in enough hours, I do more than anyone else, then I can feel like I've earned my place in order to get the promotion, the money, whatever it is that we're calling in. And until I get to that place, I will not be able to even let myself open to expand, to receive that money. And we do the same thing in business. We like keep this this is your receiving channel, or let's just say it's here, like comes through the top of your head. You're like blocking it. Like you're consistently going like, no, I haven't earned it yet. I haven't done enough yet. I haven't suffered yet. I haven't suffered enough yet. And when we look at it from this lens, it feels a little bit silly. We get to laugh at ourselves, but it really is these subconscious little sneaky thoughts inside our brain that tells us that you can't have that yet. You haven't worked hard enough for it yet. It's these whispers in our head that's like, no, you can't even let yourself go there because you haven't sacrificed enough for it yet. You're not far enough along to have that yet. You can't just pop out and have a $30,000 month because you haven't created XYZ yet. You haven't worked enough for it yet. It can't just be that easy. It's these tiny little thoughts, right? Like you're not worthy enough yet. You're not deserving enough yet. Like you need to do XYZ first. It's these sneaky little lies that our brain is telling us that we need to have, that we need to be further along, that we aren't there yet in order for us to receive. And so our work inside Move Fast and really inside our businesses as a whole is, can we release these beliefs, these thoughts, these lies, these subconscious little hooks that have been hooking onto us for so long now that have prevented us from fully receiving. And we do this, we say no subconsciously to things, not because we don't want it, but because we feel like we're not far enough to be able to receive it, or we're not deserving enough to be able to let ourselves have it, or we're not worthy enough because we haven't done XYZ thing in order to even allow ourselves, like the analogy of the channel, we're like, no, I'm not there yet, I can't be there yet, I can't receive it yet, because XYZ come up with all of these stories. I need to work harder, there needs to be more sacrifice, there needs to be longer hours where I haven't been able to earn and receive this thing that I want, this desire that I want. And this shows up in our relationships and in our health, our bodies, our actual weight, right? Not just like energetic weight, but like physical weight in which we're holding into our bodies. This is our sales, our money, right? We literally, like the way this is shown up in my clients is like they will feel so undeserving because of their own belief system that a client will want to pay them. And because they believe this, they'll have clients that come through and it'll manifest in clients saying they don't have enough money, or someone saying yes and then later changing their mind, right? And we think that this is a client issue, and it's really a capacity issue. It's really a worth issue. It's really I feel like I have to earn it through suffering and hard work and sacrifice. And so subconsciously we have these hooks, as I see them in my head, they're literal like hooks that like hook into all of these experiences because we're not letting ourselves have it. Especially as women, this is a trend. There are women that are overqualified for positions, feeling like they're not deserving of it, where on the other hand, men are applying to these positions that are underqualified and feel like they have the world is just like ready to offer itself at their feet. And this is something that we've seen. This is in our conditioning. This is in our lineage. Our grandmothers and our great grandmothers and our ancestors didn't have the resources and the ability. That's why I always say that we are our ancestors' wildest dreams, because the way in which we are able to live our lives in this day and age, our great grandmothers could only even dream. And that makes me so emotional every single time I think about it, because it's like we're living these lives. And I just made this post. You can go and watch it afterwards, or go and read it afterwards, where at the very last slide, I said, you must be a lot like me, right? So I tend to attract a lot of people who are very similar to me in this way, where one of your biggest fears is getting to the end of your life and seeing and thinking, reflecting that who would you have been if you had just gone bigger? If you said yes, if you went all in and you were able to hold the emotions of it. So we're not actually scared of launching the offer. We're not actually scared of 0 people signing up. We're scared of not being able to handle the emotions, the grief, the sadness, the rejection. What will that mean about me? What will it mean if nobody signs up? What will it mean if I put this offer out there? I just put out an offer this morning for $15,000 to $30,000, right? That's not the only thing that I offer. I have my membership, I have different ways of working with me. But this specific container is private mentorship, and it starts at $15,000. And imagine if I wouldn't even let myself put that out there because I was afraid of my emotions. We're not afraid of the outcome. We're afraid of how it's going to feel in our bodies. And so we don't even do the thing. We don't launch the podcast. We don't launch the program. We don't go live, right? We don't do these things because we're so afraid of the emotions that what if it doesn't go the way I plan? What if I don't hit the goal? What if no one signs up, right? And really what we're saying there is, can I handle that? Can I handle if I do all of this and I don't get the return I expected? What if I put this entire thing out there and I get rejected, right? And this goes for any area of our life. It isn't just business, but it shows up in these sneaky ways of like, well, maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should wait. Maybe you should wait to be more deserving. Maybe you should wait to feel like you can. Or maybe if I take enough action and I put enough blood, sweat, and tears, then I'll feel like I've earned it. But the thing is, we never feel like we've earned it because we can't earn something like this. You have to believe that you're worthy even before it comes in. This is the work that I do with my clients, is you have to feel the feelings of how it would be when you are worthy of it now, just because you are. Not that, oh, I had that big cash month, so I was worthy then, but then I had a very low cash month and I wasn't worthy then. That's not how it works. And imagine if that's how we built our businesses. It was like, oh my gosh, I had the biggest launch ever, I'm worthy, I'm deserving. And a couple months later, you have the lowest, like record low month in your business, and you're like, oh my God, I'm not worthy anymore. How did I do this, right? Like, we would have, and that's why so many business owners, especially the ones that are putting all of their worth into their outcome and their achievements, they crash and burn, typically within a year. Right? I built my business 6 years ago in 2020. And when I go and look at like, oh my goodness, there was this person, what are they doing now? Haven't posted in 2 years. There's a post that says, I'm shutting down my business. Oh, and it just breaks my heart seeing this because I know where it comes from, right? Sure, there's like the 1% of it maybe not being fully aligned to them and they go and find a day job, and that's very rare. Typically when you start a business and you desire to go into it for freedom and for the joy and the there's no ceiling to what you can make. I made 6 figures in the first 8 months of my business, and years before then I was living off of food stamps, and I would go to sleep early because I didn't have money to buy dinner. And the money I did have went to make sure that my daughter had food because I was a teen single mom. And so there is no cap. What kind of job is going to give you one salary and then the next month you can make as much as the CEO? Like within 8 months, I created 6 figures. And then in the remaining 4 months of the year, I made another 6 figures within 4 months. My first calendar year was $200,000. And that is because I decided to go big. I decided to create a life where I was like, I don't want my daughter and I to have to continue living like this. Where she wanted to get into ballet and all these activities, and she wanted to play soccer, and I had to keep saying no. And it broke my heart every single time because I didn't want to deny her of the things that she could have been really good at. This is going to be her 6th year of being in the Nutcracker of her ballet school. And she's about to go on point because of what my business, and this is a small thing, I've been able to like move into this beautiful home. I got to retire my mom. There's so many beautiful things that my company has done. I've done $30,000, $50,000, $70,000, $90,000 months. And yet I think about my daughter being able to take ballet lessons. Those are the things that we think about, right? And then we also think about the legacy of like, this is what I get to create for women. Women that have been denied credit cards until 50 years ago. Women that have not been able to sit at tables of power and decision making because of our gender. I think of powerful women that are here to change the world, right? This is what I think of as my legacy. This is the entire shift behind my rebrand of Heart Artistry. Heart Artistry is the artistry of your heart, of your purpose, of what makes you feel alive. And so because I work with women, because I work with powerful women who want to create freedom in their lives, this is the thing we have to look at is worth and earning, suffering, sacrifice. All these things we feel like need to be involved in us making more money, and it doesn't. What if we just leap right over that and we take that away? No more suffering. It doesn't have to come from sacrifice. Yes, there's aligned action. Like, yes, you're going to have to lead events and do it in the way that feels good to you. Virtual events, it could be workshops, masterclasses. Yes, there's probably emails that are going to be sent out, posts, showing up, selling your offers, getting clear on the messaging and who you're speaking to and what messaging comes from your truest voice, right? Yes, there's action. Yes, you're gonna show up and you're gonna take action. But I work with women who are already high achievers. In fact, they've burnt out in the past because most of them are such high achievers. So now it's like, okay, we're gonna take the action that you already know how to take, right? We're gonna take this action that you already know how to do inherently because of who you are, and we're just gonna streamline it to make it very precise, right? To where you're not just working for the sake of working to feel productive. The things you're doing are moving the needle. The things that you're doing is like, could be 20 hours a week of work, right? Like I work from the time that I start and I pick up my daughter at 2 p.m. right? And this is an off day because she has an after school program class that she's taking that's like a fun crafts class. So like she gets to have fun, I'm working, I'm doing my thing, and then the rest of the evening we're doing homework and we're studying for her tests. She has so many tests now that she's in middle school, and we get to do these things together because I have time where I've set out to work on my business and my business doesn't take over my life. In fact, I have a very family first business where I prioritize these times with my daughter, and I get to surprise her on Valentine's Day. Like lots of you saw the reel that I made where I was able to just like surprise her with all of her favorite goodies and treats all over the table. Like this is the life. So when I talk about Move Fast, this program that I'm running inside March, which we're starting in a week from now, we're starting on Monday actually, so in 6 days, it's ironic because I'm talking about Move Fast, but you're actually letting desires move fast to you by being intentional about what you're doing and what actions you're taking. It's not actually about doing more. It's not actually about like being the octopus that does 600 things. Like as women, we already have mastered that in so many ways. It's actually about getting out of the way so desires can move fast to you. So it's a little bit of a paradox. It's a little bit ironic. And I've been enjoying playing with that because it's so easy that our mind goes to, oh, I have to do more. I have to add more to my plate. I have to hustle harder. That's actually not the case at all. And I don't want that for us. I want us to be able to experience a life and a business that feels good, it's pleasurable, there's freedom, and you get to move out of the way, and you get to eliminate these thoughts, these beliefs around suffering, sacrifice, having to earn it, having to feel like you need to do more in order to feel worthy and deserving of it. When you release all of that and all of the subconscious hooks that are in the way, actually your desires that have been waiting at the door, trying to get in, you release the resistance and it comes straight to you. It comes straight into your field. It makes a beeline straight for you. And it's like, oh, finally, there's been so much resistance and there's been so much stuff in the way. Now I can make my way straight to you, which is what I've been trying to do all along. Here I am, right? It's like your package has been trying to get delivered to you, but there's all these roadblocks. I need to be more worthy. I need to do more of this. I need to work harder. And when you release all of that, it just comes straight to your front door and you just get to open the door and let it in. You're like, oh my gosh, my package. It just got to be so easy. It just got to be so simple. Building a multi-6-figure-a-year business doesn't have to come with hard, grueling work. It doesn't have to be you sacrificing. It doesn't have to be you feeling like you need to build your business in a way that someone else does it. You get to create the balance of the feminine energetics and the belief and the faith and the emotional resilience along with the strategy and the structure, what pathways, what offers, what's your product suite. We get to do that together. So the Move Fast program, we're starting on Monday. It's $99. After this Friday, it will go up to $333. So if you jump in between now and Friday, because it's going to go up after Friday midnight, if you jump in between now and then, you're getting it at $99. And you get lifetime access to the teachings, the trainings. There's going to be video trainings. There's going to be audio trainings all around the concept of move fast, letting your desires come to you, feeling worthy and desiring of them, deserving of them because of who you inherently are, how to make clients and cash move quickly to you just because of who you are, not having to change anything about you or your business in order to let it through. This is the emotional resiliency and emotional intelligence conversation that I love having with my clients that make the biggest difference. So you can DM me the word fast and I will get you the link. It's also in the link in the bio and in the show notes since this will be on the podcast, and you can join us there. And if you jump in before Friday, it'll be at the $99 price point. If you're jumping in after Friday, it'll be at the $333 price point. Either way, I would love to have you inside. I've got the most incredible things planned, and I'm so excited for all of us to be moving fast and for our desires to be moving fast towards us. Love you.